Another episode of OPOstories from the NBA, and today I talk with Mario Kasun. Hello, Mario.
Hello.
I see as I mentioned before, I see that the logo on the T-shirt, which is the logo of my favorite NBA team. So I'm really glad that we could talk for a while about.
Thank you for having me.
First question: when did your journey with basketball start? Do you remember when it was the first moment?
Well, my first journey started when I was 13 years old. During a war, my sister just put a basket in the backyard, and she kind of get me to it because she was playing volleyball, and suddenly I started liking a sport, playing, watching the NBA and everything. My journey started when I was 13.
Okay. And how tall you were in 13?
Well, I was always a little bit tall, or maybe for a head. But I saw myself basically very normal till maybe high school when I grew in one summer, I think 15 centimeters. So yeah, that was a little bit frustrating, but I'm used to now. 41 years old, living the same height, more or less always with the same weight.
And who was your favorite player when you were a kid? And was it somebody from the NBA or maybe from Croatia?
Let me be honest. I think '92, when Croatia was second in Olympics in Barcelona, I started following national, and I always loved Dino Raja, Toni Kukoc, and Petrovic. They were idols for me. And then with time, turned out to be like Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. And then, with time, you start getting new ones. My favorite was Penny Hardaway. He was one of my biggest idols in my epocha when I was young. But time changed. Every time it's some guy different. But there's a lot of good NBA players, and you can learn from everybody and just admire everybody.
And when Los Angeles Clippers selected you in the second round of 2002 NBA draft, why did you decide to stay longer in Europe?
Well, to basically be honest, it's a very difficult story because I was playing a first Croatian division. First year, I have a very good coach. Name is Kurtovic, and he was giving me opportunities and everything. And then second year, we were a young team, and they fired him. They brought another coach, and in first few games that he was coach, he let me play a lot, and I was averaging maybe like 25 points. So when the new coach showed up, he was just like, well, we have older guys that need to sell themselves and stuff like this. You guys are future, you have time, so they didn't let me play. The second year, I just basically decided, because I have a contract, I decided to go to study, just in case if something happened with your body or whatever, or if I'm not good enough talent. So at least I have a degree in school, because you know how it is, playing basketball, you don't get the chance to go too much in school and stuff like this, and just to go in university in States, you have opportunity to learn language, to experience new life and everything like this. So it was a big challenge. So when I decided to go, my team and my Croatian Federation, they're suspending me for 4 years that I couldn't play nowhere in a world. So I decided to go to the United States, to Gonzaga University, and start there. First year, I couldn't practice with team because I was unageable. I was going to courts with NCAA. My teammate paid contract that I was making $500,000 in the age. So I come to the court and I was like, look, guys, if I was making that kind of money, I wouldn't be here, to be honest. My parents are poor and everything. And for me, $500,000 is for somebody $1 billion, So NCAA decide they're going to let me be a redshirt another year, which is 2 years, and then I can play, which I'll turn 22, I think, at that time. But my family were struggling, so I decided to go play in Europe. So I went to Germany. Svetislav Pesic, he was my coach in Kelm. There was a new team in town and everything, and he loved me, and he wanted me to stay there. But my agent was getting in a fight with a team because they didn't want to pay my buyout in Croatia. So he basically took me. He paid a buyout with making a lot of commission out of it. You know, when I signed with some other team. And I signed 2 years, I signed 3 years deal with Frankfurt Skyliners. So I wasn't playing nowhere 2 years. And then this summer, before the NBA draft, I signed with Skyliner. And I got drafted. But Orlando wanted to sign me directly. But the problem was I have a buyout, $1.5 million. And NBA could pay only, I think at that time was $350 or $450, and rest I have to pay. And I was the only NBA player. They got drafted, not playing nowhere for 2 years. So I stayed 2 years in Frankfurt. I won the championship. I got an offer from Barca and some other teams, but I just decided to go for Journey in NBA. But I was still paying $1 million buyout. So it was interesting journey. I was the only NBA player I think that was making peanuts playing in NBA, but it was an experience. I wish I was a little bit more patient to stay and play because I hurt myself 2005 in Eurobasket in Serbia. I broke a bone that was touching my Achilles, and it was just question of operation or no. And I decided to help my family and just take the offer of, I think it was 3 or 4 years with Barca. So my journey in NBA was end up because I started making good money here in Europe. But I find out later from NBA scouts and NBA teams that my agent didn't want me to go to NBA because he was making more money off me playing in Europe. Was just getting like a whole another level, you know, of business, you know. And when you're young, you just have confidence with a guy that help you, but basically this guy just looking at you for money. So,
but as you said, many times when you hear that somebody will be NBA player. You imagine that there are a lot of money, that the dream comes true. But when I talk with your friend Maciej Lampi, he told me that he was selected at the beginning of the second round, and almost the same story as yours, and also got a buyout from Real Madrid. So if you are not selected in the top 10 or 15 and don't have the guarantee millions for a couple of years,
you don't make nothing. You make, I think first year was $375. When you take the taxes off, it's like 200, and you have a 1 million to buy out. So it, you know, people always see just the good part about it, to see people enjoying and playing basketball, but work behind and the whole stress and the whole situation. It's basically very frustrating. And for us, from Europe, I'm very good friend with Lampe. From us coming from Europe, you know, we're coming from totally different backgrounds. You know, we're not prepared to get to that level that fast. You know, people in NBA, I always say there is leaders. They were born to be leaders, you know, and just to give a opportunity to kids, because we're basically kids at that age. You just get lost, you know. Sometimes you get lost, and if you're not tough enough, or if you don't have a good surrounding of people, you can go each direction. Like I say, basketball is a very beautiful sport, but everything that comes behind basketball. I have a daughter, and I personally don't want her to play no sports.
Uh-huh.
I want her to enjoy life. If she do sports, to do it for fun.
Uh-huh.
Because being professional, it helps you get to a certain level, but you lose a lot.
I think that, as you mentioned, it's important to, especially when you came to the NBA from the Europe, it's different cultural, it's culture shock, different way how they looks for the basketball as a business. But I remember I talked with Croatian, another Croatian basketball player, Bruno Sundov, and he was lucky that his first club was Dallas Mavericks, good environmental, and he got support.
Yeah, they always were pushing for a young European players. I mean, I have a great surrounding in Orlando.
How about rookie season? How looks your rookie season in Orlando Magic?
I love it. I love both of my years, but the problem was the second year, 2005, when I hurt my leg. I was basically whole year walking with a cast with a boot outside the court, and on the court they would just give me cortisone and I would just play. And in the beginning of the season, in preseason I started as a starting five. I was 5 and Dwight Howard was 4, so it was amazing. And then my legs started hurting a lot, and they were like, "You need to take a break 2 weeks." And in 2 weeks, I lost my spot. My coach didn't, he wasn't taking so much importance to me. I had a good games and everything, but he didn't let me do me. And what happened? Usually NBA have certain time they can sign. I was with a big pain in my leg and everything, and just Zoran Savic called me and he was like, "Look, I don't give a shit what kind of injury you have. I want you to sign for Barcelona." And being young, not playing so much in Orlando, if I stay, I could make more money. And but I just want to make sure my family is taken care of, And it was very funny because Gorta, it's another good friend.
Yes.
And we played 2009 in Poland, and we're playing exhibition games or something. And he come up to me and he's like, "I'm sorry, buddy." And I'm like, "I'm sorry for what?" He said, "The contract of 35 million that I signed is supposed to be yours." But life take you very weird ways, and I'm very grateful just to have opportunity. What I can do. I'm sure I could do it more. But if it wasn't for this situation, I wouldn't have my daughter right now. I wouldn't be where I am right now. So in everything you need to take another opportunity and see new stuff. Positive and everything.
Yeah, we've got similar story to Marcin Gortat, because you both play in Köln, not in the same time. Yeah. The same with Orlando Magic, but as you said, he just stole your contract, and
no, he didn't stole it. He deserved
of course, I'm
it.
joking.
He was in the right place at the right time. That's the whole thing. In Croatia, there's one saying when they say, "What would you like to have what would you like to be, tall or to have luck?" And I'm like, "Well, I would like to have luck, and if I have luck, I'll, grow up more, So it's just the right place, right time, and this is a lot of. It happens a lot in sports, There's a lot of talents, a lot of great players. Lampe, to me, is one of the best players I ever played against, but he never got to have his chance to play, to shine, to play his game, For example, Gortat was, don't take me wrong, a little bit, not limited, but he was a real, like a center, like blocks, dunks. He wasn't a shooter and everything. And Lampe is totally opposite. He was like a Nowitzki, And he just had a right place, right time, and, life just takes you different ways, man. It's okay.
And how do you...
I can tell you that much.
How do you remember your cooperation with Dwight Howard? Because you were playing the similar position, the same position even. And what do you learn from him? Because he came to the NBA the same like you.
He was 18 years old and he was just a beast. What I learned from him, he was just a pure power, man. You couldn't learn nothing from him. He couldn't shoot. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't do nothing. He was just dunking all over the people. That was the whole thing he was doing. But he's amazingly funny guy, great person. And it was just amazing to play with him, because we were going at each other every practice, and it was just hardcore. It was, I will dunk on you, but he will dunk on me 10 times. And we will go with a broken nose home and stuff like this. But outside the court, we were very close. I visited his family in Atlanta a few times. I worked out with him over there. It was a very good experience. I really like him as a person. Of course, he's a future Hall of Famer.
And your time in Barcelona, it was the beginning of a successful career in Europe. And I guess that when your agent told you that there is a chance to play in the Barcelona, there wasn't you didn't hesitate.
No, it's not that I didn't hesitate. I was just looking for financial confidence, to be settled in a way to take care of my family and everything. I had actually my agent didn't contact me. Who contacted me was Zoran Savic directly. And I give him my promise over the phone, and I'm like, look, dude, I want to see NBA. And I saw with time that it wasn't going nowhere. I was like, I give you my word that I want to come to Barcelona. And then Real Madrid started calling Tau Ceramica and certain teams. They were offering way more money, but I'm a person of my word, and I went to Barcelona. Did I did a good decision? I don't think so. I think it was a very bad situation for me because I had a huge problem with Duško Ivanović. He didn't let me play. He was telling me after NBA that I'm too fat, that I need to lose weight. I dropped 14 kilos in 11 days. He didn't let me be me. And basically at that epoch, when I was in Barcelona, I want to quit basketball. I'm not going to lie to you. I hate everything that got to do with Barca, everything that they got to do with Barcelona, and everything. I didn't get to enjoy nothing. But I met my ex-wife, and we have an amazing kid, and I got to come back here, give an opportunity again to Barcelona. It's amazing people, amazing place to live, and I wish certain stuff turned out differently, but like I say,
it's life.
Positive from each side.
And in 2009, in a Turkish league, you won the league and also the cup. Was it the best season in your career?
To be honest, I have to tell you yes and no. My favorite championship was Germany. Because I was young, I had Coach Herbert. I think he's somewhere in Germany right now. He's assistant coach of the Canadian national team. Amazing psychologist, amazing coach. He know how to reach to me in every direction. First year, we were just being in fights. They will come like 15 NBA scouts to see me, and he'll just kick me out of the practice right away. And I never get to understand this part, but later he just become like my father. And he know in each moment how to get best of me, how to motivate me, and this is, I think, my favorite team in Europe I played for. Because we were playing for coins. We weren't playing for a lot of money. We were just playing for regular paychecks and everything, But we were more team than anybody. And Turkish league was nice. I had a broken hand. I played till the finals against Fenerbahce, and Ataman didn't let me play first two games at all, almost. And I called my agent. I'm like, I want you to get me out of here. I have another year of contract. I don't care. I was playing with broken hand, and he showed up, and we we sit down with a coach, and I'm like, Coach, what's going on? You gonna let me play? And he said, Yeah, I'm trying to new things. They have a lot of big guys. I'm trying to go with little. I'm like, we're losing 2-0 at home. Let me play. I promise you, we're gonna win the championship. So we won 4-2, and it was just a crazy experience. It was a whole nother level of craziness, you know. I like when we won the Turkish league, but I still have my heart in German championship.
Mm-hmm.
It was for me a little bit more what's they call emotional attachment to it.
You many times mentioned about your daughter, so I guess that after when you retired, you've got a lot of time to spend with your family. And is there other things that really? I also have heard that you've got 30 tattoos. Is it the 30 tattoos? Is it?
Buddy, I think I'm more like 330.
300. I'm really curious about this one which you've got here, this red one.
This is a phoenix bird, and it's done in traditional Croatian way.
Okay.
And I had a huge motorcycle accident last year, and I feel like I'm a reborn. I have a new opportunity of life, so that's the reason why I did it.
Mm-hmm. And did you finally quit with basketball, or thinking about doing something with this in the future? Some coaching, being agent?
You know, to be honest, coach never attracted me. I'm more to do camps for kids. I play with veterans of Barcelona, and this is the time where I really enjoy the most. But to be coach and stuff never gets me too excited. And to be honest, I'm a little bit way more successful in my business side than, you know, just to give up all this and to go and be coach and do scouting. I mean, it's beautiful, and I love basketball. I love watching. As you can see, I'm watching basketball right now.
Okay.
Just think that basketball took a lot of time from me, and I want to dedicate my time to my daughter and myself, and finally get to enjoy life. Because when I play and when my daughter was born, I didn't get to see her first footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to enjoy her because I was depressed or, you know, certain stuff. So it's time to move on and do not a big things in life. And there is more life than just basketball.
Just enjoy it.
We get to be confused and think that the basketball is the only thing in life, and it's not.
Mm-hmm. So last question, who will win the championship in the NBA in this year?
Lakers.
Even with the problems they've got now, with the roster, with LeBron injury?
It's okay. I'm just waiting when he take off his like a whole mask and everything, and you see an alien, because this guy 37, 38 doing this thing, it's impossible to do. People are comparing him to Jordan. Jordan was something else, but LeBron, it's a whole nother level of something else. Mm-hmm. You know, to play on this level and do so many amazing things, not many people can do.
I think that many times people try to compare them, Jordan to LeBron, but they're different, totally different, and
only players. To me, Jordan is the best player, but I think LeBron is more complete player than Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he make everybody around him way better, and Jordan was an amazing individual.
Mm-hmm. Mario, thank you very much for the chance to call our conversation. At the end, I will make a photo. Check. Okay, great. So thank you very much, and enjoy the evening, and let's keep in touch.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.